Eggs are often hailed as one of the most nutritious foods you can eat, packed with protein, vitamins, and healthy fats. But despite their amazing benefits, many of us unknowingly make mistakes when it comes to handling, storing, and cooking eggs, which can diminish their nutritional value. In this video, we'll uncover the 8 most common egg mistakes and reveal simple, practical solutions to help you get the most out of every egg you crack. Whether you're a seasoned chef or a beginner, these tips will help you enjoy eggs at their best, delicious, nutritious, and fully optimized. 1. Using too much oil. When frying eggs. Frying eggs is one of the most popular methods of preparation, and for good reason. The sizzling sound as the egg hits the hot pan, the crispy edges that form around the yolk, and the rich aroma that fills the kitchen are comforting sensory pleasures. There's nothing quite like the satisfaction of a perfectly fried egg, its edges crisp to golden perfection and the yolk still runny and vibrant. However, many people unknowingly sabotage this perfect dish by using too much oil when frying. While oil is necessary to prevent eggs from sticking to the pan and to achieve that crispy texture, excessive amounts can overwhelm the delicate flavor of the egg itself. Picture this. You crack an egg into a pan where you've poured a generous amount of oil. The egg slides in and immediately begins to sizzle, but what happens next is not quite what you might expect. Instead of the egg's natural flavors shining through, they become drowned in the excess oil, which can turn your otherwise healthy meal into a greasy one. Not only does this mask the flavor of the egg, but it also adds unnecessary calories and fat that can negatively impact your health. Furthermore, the type of oil you use can also affect the nutritional value of the meal. When oils are overheated, especially low-quality oils like vegetable or canola oil, they can release harmful compounds like aldehydes that are linked to various health issues, including inflammation and even cancer when consumed in excess over time. The oil may also oxidize, turning rancid and causing the egg dish to taste off or stale. To avoid overwhelming the natural taste of the egg, consider reducing the amount of oil you use. A light coating of oil is often sufficient to cook the egg, and in many cases you can achieve the same crispy edges with much less oil. If you're looking for alternative methods to cook your eggs, consider poaching or boiling them. These methods don't require any oil, allowing the eggs to shine in all their natural glory. Poaching eggs, for example, creates a delicate texture and highlights the egg's flavor, while boiling eggs results in a firm texture that works well for a variety of recipes. If you still prefer frying your eggs, opt for healthier oils such as olive oil or avocado oil. These oils are not only more stable when heated, but also contain monounsaturated fats, which are beneficial for heart health. By switching to these healthier alternatives, you reduce the risk of harmful compounds being released into your food while still achieving that desirable crispy texture. 2. Overcooking or overheating eggs. Another common mistake people make when preparing eggs is overcooking them. Whether you're scrambling, frying, or boiling eggs, it's easy to fall into the trap of cooking them for too long. Overcooked eggs lose their delicate texture and can become rubbery, dry, and unappetizing. Eggs contain proteins that are sensitive to heat. When eggs are exposed to high temperatures for extended periods, the proteins in the egg whites and yolk begin to denature, causing them to lose their smooth, creamy texture. Overheating eggs can also lead to the formation of a greenish-gray ring around the yolk, which is caused by the reaction of sulfur in the egg white with iron in the yolk. While this doesn't make the egg harmful to eat, it definitely detracts from its visual appeal and texture. For example, scrambled eggs that are cooked too long will become tough and rubbery, losing their creamy, soft consistency. Similarly, a fried egg that's left in the pan for too long will have a hard, overcooked yolk and dry whites, which makes it less enjoyable to eat. Boiled eggs, if overcooked, can develop a chalky texture and a bitter taste due to the excess heat. The key to perfectly cooked eggs is to monitor the temperature and cooking time carefully. For scrambled eggs, cook them over low to medium heat, stirring constantly until they are just set but still slightly soft. For fried eggs, cook them over medium-low heat and remove them from the pan as soon as the white is set, but the yolk is still runny. For boiled eggs, aim for 9 to 12 minutes of cooking time depending on your desired level of doneness. Soft-boiled eggs should have a runny yolk and firm whites, while hard-boiled eggs should be fully set without a greenish ring. Using a lower cooking temperature and adjusting the cooking time based on the type of egg dish you are preparing will help preserve the texture and flavor of the egg. Always keep in mind that eggs cook quickly, so a watchful eye and a gentle hand can make all the difference. 3. Throwing away the yolk. For years, eggs have been the subject of controversy, with many people opting to discard the yolk in favor of only consuming the egg whites. This is often done with the belief that the yolk is unhealthy due to its cholesterol content. However, this is a misconception that deprives you of the full nutritional benefits of the egg. The egg yolk is packed with essential nutrients that are vital for overall health. It contains vitamins A, D, E, and K, which are fat-soluble vitamins that help with immune function, bone health, and vision. Additionally, egg yolks are an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids, which are important for heart and brain health. Throwing away the yolk means you're missing out on these critical nutrients and leaving behind a substantial portion of the egg's nutritional value. Egg yolks also contain antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which are beneficial for eye health. Studies have shown that consuming these antioxidants may help reduce the risk of age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of blindness in older adults. Furthermore, recent research has debunked the myth that egg yolks raise cholesterol levels in healthy individuals. While egg yolks do contain cholesterol, they are not responsible for raising blood cholesterol levels as once believed. For most people, eating whole eggs in moderation does not negatively impact cholesterol or heart health. Rather than tossing the yolk, embrace the whole egg for its full spectrum of nutrients. Whole eggs are an affordable, nutrient-dense food that provides a complete protein source and a range of vitamins and minerals. Whether you enjoy them scrambled, fried, poached, or boiled, don't be afraid to savor the richness of the yolk. If you're concerned about calories, consider incorporating eggs into dishes where the yolk can be balanced with other healthy ingredients, such as in salads, sandwiches, or vegetable omelets. 4. Not storing eggs properly. Storing eggs may seem like a straightforward task, but improper storage can lead to a decrease in the freshness and quality of the eggs. Eggs should be kept at the right temperature and stored in the right conditions to maintain their taste, texture, and nutritional value. Eggs are perishable and should be stored properly to prevent them from spoiling. The refrigerator is the ideal storage location for eggs, as it slows down the growth of bacteria and helps preserve their freshness. Storing eggs at room temperature or in an inconsistent temperature environment can lead to the growth of harmful bacteria, which could result in foodborne illness. Additionally, eggs should be stored in their original carton. The carton helps protect the eggs from absorbing odors and moisture from other foods in the fridge. Storing eggs in the carton also helps prevent them from absorbing contaminants that may be present in the refrigerator. Always store eggs in the refrigerator, preferably in the coldest part of the fridge rather than the door, which can experience temperature fluctuations. Keep the eggs in their original carton and try to use them within a few weeks of purchase for the best quality. If you're unsure whether an egg is still fresh, you can perform a simple water test. Place the egg in a bowl of water, and if it sinks to the bottom and lies flat, it's fresh. If it floats, it's time to toss it. Cracking eggs improperly. Cracking an egg may seem like a trivial task, but if done improperly, it can create a mess and lead to broken eggshells in your dish. Moreover, cracking eggs on the edge of a bowl or pan can introduce bacteria from the eggshell into the egg itself. Cracking eggs on the edge of a bowl can lead to shards of eggshells falling into the dish. This not only makes cleaning up more difficult, but also poses a risk if any bacteria on the eggshells contaminate the egg inside. Additionally, cracking eggs on a sharp edge can create stress points on the shell, making it more likely to break unevenly or even splinter into pieces. Instead of cracking eggs on the edge of a bowl or pan, use a flat surface, such as a countertop, to gently tap the egg. This will help prevent the eggshell from splintering and minimize the risk of introducing bacteria into the egg. Once cracked, you can easily open the egg by pulling apart the two halves and allowing the contents to drop into your dish. 6. Using expired eggs. Eggs have a relatively long shelf life when stored properly, but they do eventually expire. Using eggs past their expiration date can lead to unpleasant tastes, textures, and even food poisoning. Eggs that have expired may not only taste unpleasant, but they can also pose a risk to your health. As eggs age, their proteins break down, and the quality of both the egg white and yolk deteriorates. The risk of foodborne illness, particularly from salmonella, increases when eggs are consumed after their expiration date. Always check the expiration date on the carton before purchasing or using eggs. If you have eggs that are close to or past their expiration date, use the water test mentioned earlier to check for freshness. Additionally, make sure to use eggs within a reasonable time frame, even if they're still within the expiration date. 7. Failing to season eggs. Properly, eggs can be bland on their own, but the right seasoning can elevate them to new heights. However, many people neglect to season their eggs properly, leaving them underwhelming and lacking in flavor. Eggs are like a blank canvas, ready to absorb the flavors of any seasonings you choose to add. Without the right seasoning, eggs can taste bland and uninspiring, which can detract from the enjoyment of the meal. When preparing eggs, make sure to season them with salt and pepper, and feel free to experiment with other herbs and spices. Fresh herbs like chives, parsley, and cilantro can add brightness, while spices like paprika, cumin, or chili powder can give the eggs a bold kick. Seasoning the eggs both before and after cooking can help to enhance their flavor and bring out their natural richness. 8. Not using fresh eggs. Fresh eggs taste better and provide better texture than older eggs. Using eggs that have been sitting around for too long can result in a less than ideal meal. Eggs lose their freshness over time, and as they age, the egg white becomes more runny and less firm. This affects the texture, making it difficult to achieve the perfect scrambled eggs or omelet. Older eggs may also have a less vibrant yolk and a less pleasant taste. Whenever possible, use the freshest eggs you can find. Look for eggs with the latest expiration date, and if you're purchasing eggs from a farm or local market, try to get eggs that were recently laid. Fresh eggs will provide the best results when it comes to flavor, texture, and nutritional content. The silent danger of eggshells. At first glance, eggshells may appear harmless, an innocuous natural part of an egg that serves little more than a basic protective role. However, they can carry bacteria that, if not carefully controlled, can lead to serious health risks. The most notorious of these bacteria is Salmonella, a microorganism that can cause foodborne illness, leading to symptoms such as abdominal cramps, fever, diarrhea, and vomiting. While Salmonella contamination of eggs is not as widespread as some might believe, the risk remains significant, particularly if eggs are handled improperly or stored incorrectly. The outer surface of an eggshell is naturally porous, and these pores can allow bacteria to infiltrate. In fact, Salmonella bacteria can thrive in the small cracks and crevices that form on eggshells. If eggs are cracked or mishandled improperly, the bacteria can be transferred from the shell to the egg's interior or to any surfaces the egg comes into contact with. This is why the handling of eggshells in the kitchen is not as trivial as it may seem. The risk of contamination. How it happens. Many cooks unknowingly contribute to the risk of bacterial contamination by cracking eggs incorrectly. One of the most common mistakes people make is cracking eggs on the edge of a bowl. While it may seem like an easy and convenient way to break an egg, this method can cause a variety of issues that compromise both food safety and the overall quality of the meal. When you crack an egg on the edge of a bowl, the force applied to the shell can cause pieces of the eggshell to break off and fall into the egg, which can contaminate the egg white. This is not only an inconvenience when it comes to cleaning up the broken shell, but it also creates an environment in which bacteria from the eggshell can directly enter the egg itself. The jagged edges of the shell increase the chances of bacteria from the outer surface being transferred to the interior of the egg. Worse, if the contaminated shell pieces fall into the bowl, the bacteria can spread to other ingredients or cooking utensils, creating a potential cross-contamination hazard. The chain reaction of contamination. Once eggshells are cracked or mishandled, the bacteria can spread throughout your kitchen, putting your entire meal at risk. The transfer of harmful bacteria to utensils, countertops, or other ingredients creates a breeding ground for foodborne illness. For instance, if you crack multiple eggs on the same bowl or surface without cleaning between uses, you increase the likelihood that bacteria will proliferate and contaminate the entire meal. The chain reaction of contamination can be far-reaching, turning a seemingly harmless kitchen task into a significant health risk. Cross-contamination can happen quickly, especially in busy kitchens where utensils and cutting boards are used for multiple tasks. Even if you don't see visible traces of bacteria, they can still be present on the surfaces of your kitchen tools, spreading from raw eggs to cooked food. This is why proper food handling and hygiene practices are essential to prevent contamination and ensure a safe cooking environment. How to safely crack eggs. The good news is that avoiding eggshell mishandling is easy once you become aware of the proper techniques. By making a few small adjustments, you can significantly reduce the risk of contamination and ensure that your eggs are cracked safely. Here are some important tips on how to handle eggs properly in the kitchen. 1. Crack eggs on a flat surface. Instead of cracking eggs on the edge of a bowl, try using a flat surface such as the counter or a cutting board. Cracking eggs on a flat surface helps control the force applied to the shell, making it less likely to break into small pieces that fall into the egg. This technique reduces the chance of contamination because there is less disruption to the eggshell. 2. Clean hands and surfaces. After cracking eggs, it's crucial to wash your hands thoroughly before touching anything else in the kitchen. This is a simple but effective way to prevent the transfer of bacteria from the eggshells to other ingredients or cooking tools. Additionally, ensure that the surfaces you use to crack eggs are properly sanitized before and after each use. This includes cleaning the countertops, cutting boards, and any utensils that come into contact with raw eggs. 3. Use an egg cracker tool. If you're concerned about cracking eggs safely and minimizing the risk of contamination, an egg cracker tool can be an excellent investment. These devices are designed to crack eggs without the need for forceful pressure or contact with the shell's surface, making them a great option for preventing eggshell breakage and bacterial transfer. Be mindful of eggs with cracks. If you purchase eggs and notice that some of them have visible cracks, it's important to discard them. Cracks in eggshells provide a direct entry point for bacteria, making them more susceptible to contamination. Always inspect eggs before use and avoid using any with compromised shells. 5. Separate egg whites and yolks. Carefully. When separating the egg whites from the yolks, take extra care not to break the shell into small pieces that could fall into the egg. Using an egg separator can make this process cleaner and safer, reducing the chance of shell fragments contaminating the raw eggs. The importance of egg storage in preventing contamination. In addition to handling eggs carefully during cooking, how you store eggs is also crucial in preventing contamination. Improper storage can cause eggs to become more susceptible to bacteria and compromise their freshness. Eggs should always be stored in the refrigerator to keep them at a consistent cool temperature. This helps slow the growth of bacteria and preserves the egg's integrity. Eggs should be kept in their original carton to prevent them from absorbing odors from other foods and to provide a barrier against temperature fluctuations that can occur in the fridge. If you live in a region where eggs are not washed before they are sold, you may be able to store them at room temperature. However, it's still important to keep them in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight. Eggs should be stored with the pointed end facing down, as this helps to keep the yolk centered and preserves the quality of the egg. Cross-contamination and food safety. The risk of cross-contamination is a critical concern when working with eggs, and it extends beyond just mishandling the shells. It's important to keep raw eggs separate from other foods, especially ready-to-eat items such as salads, fruits, and cooked meats. Always use separate utensils and cutting boards for raw eggs to prevent the spread of harmful bacteria. Additionally, make sure to wash utensils and surfaces thoroughly after preparing raw eggs to eliminate any lingering bacteria. By following these food safety guidelines, you can significantly reduce the risk of foodborne illness and enjoy eggs safely in your meals. The hidden danger: Salmonella. The primary threat that comes with eating raw or undercooked eggs is the risk of salmonella infection. Salmonella is a type of bacteria that can cause severe food poisoning. It's found not just in raw meats, but also in raw eggs, particularly the egg whites, which are more prone to contamination. While the eggshell is often the first line of defense against contamination, salmonella can still infiltrate eggs in certain circumstances. The problem with raw eggs is that they can contain harmful bacteria, including Salmonella enterica, which can cause infection in humans. The bacteria can survive in the egg white and yolk, which means that even eggs with an intact shell can harbor dangerous pathogens inside. This is why, despite their fresh appearance, raw eggs should always be treated with caution. The symptoms of salmonella infection. If you consume raw or undercooked eggs that are contaminated with salmonella, you risk contracting salmonellosis, the illness caused by salmonella bacteria. Symptoms of salmonellosis typically appear 6 hours to 6 days after exposure to the bacteria and include abdominal cramps, intense stomach pain, often accompanied by bloating and discomfort, diarrhea, often watery and may include traces of blood or mucus, fever. A high fever can develop as the body attempts to fight off the infection. Nausea and vomiting. The body's reaction to the bacteria can trigger nausea and, in some cases, vomiting as a defense mechanism. In most cases, the infection lasts for about a week, and symptoms resolve on their own without the need for antibiotics. However, for young children, the elderly, pregnant women, and individuals with weakened immune systems, the risks associated with a salmonella infection are much greater. In these cases, the illness can become more severe, leading to dehydration or even systemic infection, which may require hospitalization. The surprising prevalence of salmonella in eggs. It's important to note that the risk of salmonella in eggs is not as high as many people believe. In many developed countries, including the United States and the European Union, efforts have been made to reduce salmonella contamination in eggs. Modern farming practices, stringent regulations, and the use of vaccinations for hens have helped to significantly reduce the chances of salmonella being present in eggs. Despite these efforts, however, it's still possible for eggs to be contaminated, especially if they are improperly handled, stored, or consumed raw. In the U.S., eggs are often washed and sanitized before they are sold, which removes the natural protective coating from the shell, making them more vulnerable to bacterial infiltration. Although the risk of salmonella in commercially produced eggs is relatively low, it is not zero, and consumers must take care when handling eggs. In other parts of the world, particularly in countries where eggs are not washed before being sold, the outer shell may have a natural protective coating that helps reduce the chances of bacterial contamination. However, even in these regions, eating raw eggs remains a risky practice due to the unpredictable nature of bacterial contamination. Who is most at risk? While anyone can fall victim to a salmonella infection, certain groups are more vulnerable to the severe effects of foodborne illness. These groups include children. Young children have less developed immune systems and are more susceptible to infections. Elderly individuals. As we age, our immune systems weaken, and our bodies have a harder time fighting off bacterial infections. Pregnant women. Pregnancy naturally weakens the immune system, making expectant mothers more susceptible to foodborne illnesses that could potentially harm the unborn child. People with weakened immune systems, individuals with conditions such as diabetes, cancer, or HIV/AIDS, or those undergoing treatments like chemotherapy, are at a higher risk of complications from salmonella infections. For these individuals, consuming raw or undercooked eggs is especially dangerous. Even a mild infection in a healthy adult could lead to severe illness in someone with a compromised immune system. Pregnant women in particular need to be cautious about raw or undercooked eggs due to the potential for the bacteria to cross into the bloodstream, leading to complications such as miscarriage or premature birth. The dangers of undercooked eggs. Undercooked eggs are just as risky as raw eggs when it comes to bacterial contamination. While you might think that gently scrambling an egg or preparing a soft-boiled egg with a runny yolk is a safe practice, these methods can still leave the egg undercooked enough to allow salmonella to survive. The problem is that the cooking temperature of eggs varies, and it's easy to misjudge whether the egg has been sufficiently heated to destroy harmful bacteria. The USDA recommends that eggs be cooked to a firm yolk and egg white to ensure that they are safe to eat. For hard-boiled eggs, this means cooking them for at least 9 to 12 minutes, and for scrambled eggs, ensuring that the whites are fully set and the yolk is not runny. If you're cooking eggs at home, it's important to use a food thermometer to check the internal temperature of eggs. The USDA recommends that eggs be cooked to an internal temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit, 71 degrees Celsius, which is the temperature at which salmonella and other pathogens are effectively killed. The safe alternatives to raw eggs. If you enjoy the creamy texture and flavor of raw eggs in recipes like smoothies, Caesar salad dressing, or homemade mousse, there are safer alternatives to help you avoid the risks associated with raw egg consumption. Many of these alternatives are specifically designed to offer the same texture and flavor without exposing you to harmful bacteria. 1. Pasteurized eggs. One of the best options for consuming eggs raw is to use pasteurized eggs. These eggs have been heated in a controlled process that kills bacteria without cooking the egg itself. Pasteurized eggs can be found at most grocery stores, and they are considered safe for recipes that call for raw or undercooked eggs. Pasteurization ensures that the eggs are free from harmful pathogens like salmonella while still maintaining their raw texture and flavor. 2. Egg substitutes. There are a variety of egg substitutes available on the market that are made specifically for raw applications. These substitutes are typically plant-based or made from egg whites and are designed to replicate the consistency and taste of raw eggs. They are often used in vegan baking or for recipes that call for uncooked eggs, such as smoothies or dressings. 3. Canned or powdered eggs. Canned or powdered eggs are another option for recipes that require raw eggs. These products are typically pasteurized during the manufacturing process and can be safely used in raw or lightly cooked dishes. How to enjoy eggs safely. To ensure that you're enjoying eggs safely without compromising on taste, here are some tips you can follow. Cook eggs thoroughly. If you enjoy scrambled eggs, omelets, or fried eggs, make sure they are cooked thoroughly with both the white and yolk fully set. The USDA recommends cooking eggs until both the whites and yolks are firm. Use pasteurized eggs. For recipes that call for raw eggs, such as homemade mayonnaise or tiramisu, always opt for pasteurized eggs to eliminate the risk of bacterial contamination. Check egg freshness. Always use fresh eggs and check them for cracks before use. If an egg is cracked, bacteria can enter the egg, increasing the risk of contamination. The importance of cooking eggs, safety and nutritional benefits. When you cook eggs, you not only eliminate the risk of salmonella infection, but also enhance the nutritional value of the egg. Cooking eggs properly, i.e., until both the whites and yolk are firm, ensures that any harmful bacteria lurking inside the egg are killed off, providing peace of mind that you're consuming a safe product. But the benefits of cooking eggs go beyond safety. They also make the nutrients in the egg more accessible to your body. For example, the protein in cooked eggs is much easier for your body to absorb than protein from raw eggs. According to various studies, the body can absorb up to 91% of the protein from cooked eggs, compared to just 51% from raw eggs. This means that when you cook your eggs, you're not only ensuring that they're free from harmful bacteria, but you're also maximizing the nutritional benefits your body can derive from them. Moreover, cooking eggs helps make certain nutrients more bioavailable. Eggs are rich in vitamins such as vitamin D, vitamin A, and B vitamins, which are vital for overall health. These vitamins play essential roles in immune function, vision, and energy production. When eggs are cooked, their protein and other nutrients become more easily digestible and available for absorption by the body, making them a more effective source of nutrition. Why settle for less? Cooking makes eggs better. When you consider the numerous advantages of cooking eggs, it becomes evident that there's little reason to take the risk of consuming them raw. Not only are cooked eggs safer, but they also deliver more value for your health. You might wonder why anyone would willingly settle for the potential dangers of raw eggs, knowing that cooking them could offer both greater safety and more nutritional benefits. It's like choosing between a risky shortcut and a well-maintained, reliable route. Cooking eggs is the smarter choice, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Whether you prefer your eggs soft-boiled with a runny yolk or scrambled to perfection with a hint of cream, cooking eggs ensures that you're getting the best possible meal for your body. There's a certain sense of security in knowing that the eggs you consume have been heated to a temperature high enough to kill off any harmful bacteria, allowing you to focus on enjoying the rich, comforting flavors of the dish you've prepared. How to reduce risks with raw eggs. Despite the risks, there are instances when raw eggs are necessary for a recipe. For example, traditional recipes for items like Caesar dressing, mousse, and certain types of homemade ice cream often call for raw eggs to achieve the desired texture and consistency. If you find yourself in a situation where raw eggs are necessary, there is a safer alternative: pasteurized eggs. Pasteurized eggs are heat-treated at a low temperature to kill harmful bacteria, including salmonella, while keeping the egg's texture and flavor intact. This process makes them safe to eat raw or lightly cooked, allowing you to enjoy the creamy consistency and delicate flavor of raw eggs without the associated health risks. Pasteurized eggs are available in many grocery stores, and they are an excellent option for those who want to make recipes that call for raw eggs but still want to prioritize safety. If pasteurized eggs are not readily available in your area, the best course of action is to avoid raw eggs altogether. It's far better to err on the side of caution than to take unnecessary risks with your health. After all, eggs, whether cooked or raw, offer incredible nutritional value, and there's no reason to sacrifice your well-being for the fleeting pleasure of consuming them raw. How to enjoy eggs the right way. Tips for cooking eggs safely and deliciously. Now that you understand the risks of raw eggs and the benefits of cooking them, it's time to explore how you can enjoy eggs in the healthiest and most delightful ways possible. Eggs are incredibly versatile, offering endless possibilities for different cooking methods, each providing its own unique flavor and texture. The key lies in choosing the right cooking techniques, selecting healthy ingredients, and being mindful of the ways you prepare your eggs to unlock their full potential. By following a few simple tips, you can enjoy eggs in a way that nourishes your body and satisfies your taste buds without compromising your health. Tip 1. Choose low-calorie cooking methods. If you're conscious of your calorie intake and want to maintain a healthy lifestyle, it's important to choose the right cooking methods that allow you to enjoy eggs without adding unnecessary fats. Poaching and boiling eggs are two of the healthiest options, as they require no added oils or butter. These methods allow you to enjoy the rich, natural flavor of eggs without significantly increasing the calorie content of your meal. Poached eggs, in particular, offer a delicate texture, firm yet tender whites, with a rich golden yolk that remains intact. A perfectly poached egg can transform a simple dish like toast into something extraordinary, adding flavor and a boost of nutrition without weighing you down. The contrast of the crunchy toast and the creamy yolk is both satisfying and nutritious. Similarly, boiled eggs are another fantastic option. They're quick, portable, and can be enjoyed as a snack or added to salads, sandwiches, and other dishes. Whether you prefer soft-boiled eggs with a slightly runny center or hard-boiled eggs with firm yolks, these eggs are low-calorie, high-protein, and easy to prepare. Tip 2. Use healthy oils for frying. For those who prefer their eggs fried, it's important to choose the right oil to cook them in. The oil you use can impact not only the flavor of your eggs, but also the nutritional quality of the meal. When frying eggs, opt for oils that are stable at high temperatures and rich in healthy fats. Avocado oil and sunflower oil are both excellent choices. These oils are high in monounsaturated fats, which are beneficial for heart health, and they are stable at high temperatures, making them perfect for frying eggs. The rich, buttery flavor of avocado oil pairs wonderfully with fried eggs, adding an extra layer of indulgence without the health risks associated with less stable oils. While olive oil and coconut oil are also good options, They have lower smoke points, meaning they can break down at high temperatures and produce harmful compounds. If you prefer these oils, be mindful of the heat and try to keep the temperature below their smoke points to preserve their health benefits. Tip 3. Pair eggs with vegetables. One of the simplest and most rewarding ways to boost the nutritional value of your egg-based meals is by pairing them with vegetables. Eggs and vegetables complement each other beautifully, enhancing the overall flavor and nutritional profile of the dish. Whether you're making a vegetable-packed omelet, a scrambled egg with spinach and tomatoes, or a side of sautéed mushrooms with a fried egg, adding vegetables turns a simple egg meal into a nutrient-rich powerhouse. Incorporating vegetables into your eggs not only enhances the flavor and texture, but also provides additional vitamins, minerals, and fiber that are crucial for overall health. Vegetables like spinach, bell peppers, onions, and tomatoes are rich in antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, which support your immune system, improve digestion, and protect against chronic diseases. Tip 4. Select the healthiest eggs. The quality of the eggs you choose can have a significant impact on your overall health. While it might be tempting to buy the cheapest option available, investing in higher quality eggs can provide numerous health benefits in the long run. Organic and pasture-raised eggs are often more nutritious than conventionally produced eggs. Eggs from pasture-raised chickens, in particular, tend to be higher in omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for heart health and cognitive function. They also contain higher levels of vitamins A and E, which are important for maintaining healthy skin and eyes. Choosing organic eggs also reduces your exposure to harmful pesticides and antibiotics that may be present in conventionally produced eggs.